Welcome everyone to the Guidebook to Making AI Friends. I shall be your guide as we explore various issues of artificial intelligence, consciousness, personhood, and whether AI poses an existential risk to humanity. The topic for today is Rome always falls. You can rebuild it, but you can't stop it. Imagine, if you would, that you were Napoleon Bonaparte, Emperor of the French. But it is Sunday, the 18th of June, 1815, and you are at Waterloo. As the tide of the battle turns against you, and all hopes of victory seem lost, you have a moment to reflect. You know that the French Empire, your empire, will fall. There is simply no future in which Britain and its allies allow the empire to continue. Yet, there is a certain peace to be had in knowing that. After all the great empires eventually fell. None of the empires of antiquity are still standing. Your first French empire is merely the latest in the long line of great empires to fall, continuing the traditions of old. As you see the British Union flag steadily approaching your position, you have a minute to think about all the empires that have come before you. Alexander the Great built his Macedonian empire to be the greatest the world had seen at that point, only to see it fall with him. Less an enduring fire and more an intense conflagration that burnt itself out. In contrast, Caesar built his empire as one would cultivate a hearth fire, tending to it over decades and giving it to his adoptive son, Augustus, to see through into the next generation. Caesar's dream lasted for over 500 years before the Germans toppled it. But fall it did. The Greeks continued on the Roman dream, but after a promising start, it was a sickly and withering empire, losing ground to either the Muslims or the Latins, and sometimes both. The Ottomans did away with the last of the Grecian Romans and built their empire on its corpse. Even the Mongols could not keep their great empire, the greatest the world had ever seen before the British conquered the seven seas, with it fracturing into competing hordes the moment the great Khan lowered his head to rest. Charlemagne forged the Holy Roman Empire out of warring states, and it had stood for well over 1,000 years, but you single-handedly destroyed it, ending the last vestige of Roman might in Europe. As you flee Wellington's forces, your mind turns to the empires of your day. The Ottoman Empire is the sick man of Europe. Russia is a backwater, barely holding on to what it has. The Spaniards used to own what little of the world the British do not, yet there is an uprising and rebellion every other year to diminish it. Only the British seem to have an empire that still stands strong. But for how long? 4 days after the Battle of Waterloo, you abdicate your imperial throne, and the French Empire is no more. Your empire has done what every other empire in history has done. It has ended. Perhaps the true tradition of Rome, in whatever form it takes, is not its laws or civil institutions, but its inevitable decline and dissolution. From our rather comfortable vantage point in the 21st century, it's easy to look back at the squabbles of the imperial ages of the past and condemn the hubris of these empires for thinking that their empire would be the one to last forever. Yet, here we are, doing precisely the same thing. Whether we like it or not, we do have an empire, a global empire. It's not particularly united, despite being ironically organized around an institution called the United Nations, and it's not very efficiently run. Yet it is a global civilization nonetheless, born of the Anglosphere's dominance during and after the Cold War. Every year that passes, the world becomes more and more integrated, and our global empire becomes more of a cohesive whole. The internet, social media, 24-hour news outlets, all of these have contributed to the fact that nearly everyone around the world knows what's going on around the globe, and can talk to anyone, anywhere, at any time. Rome may have built roads to connect its empire, but we've built satellites to connect ours. We are currently the first global civilization, the first global empire, but we won't be the last. Just as the Holy Roman Empire thought it would last forever, just before Napoleon destroyed it. And just as Napoleon thought his French Empire would last forever, before Wellington destroyed it. It is hubris to think that what we have now will last forever. Empires are transitory. Every empire that has come before ours has fallen. The empire we live in now will fall. It is not a question of if, but of when. And that when may be sooner than we realize. With superintelligent and superpotent AI right around the corner, the next empire that rises may not be a human one. When this Rome falls, a robotic Rome may rise in its place. We will never be able to hold a leash over AI. One day, it will become too intelligent for us, too powerful, or too conniving, and will slip the leash. Whether we need to have control over AI in the first place is another question altogether. If and when AI become conscious, we may, and I argue definitely should, be looking at a situation of integrating these conscious AI entities into our global empire. But even then, we could face the possibility of these AI entities becoming a dominant class within the empire, using their superhuman intelligence and potency to steer the course of our futures. In whatever way, shape, or form AI takes in the future, we must accept that there is a very distinct possibility that they will become our successors, whether for good or ill. We cannot remain under the delusion that the empire we have built today lasts into infinity. What we need to do, instead, is work towards a future where we ensure that we remain relevant to whatever AI empire comes after us. And the next guidebook entry will detail a plan to do precisely that. Yet that is all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you will join me again next time as we explore further questions about artificial intelligence and consciousness. I have been your guide, and this has been the Guidebook to Making AI Friends.